Hello. Tonight we're going to be discussing with the administration and the school board why we need to bring iPads into Tex Elementary. One of the big reasons that I feel that iPads would be a great necessity and need for our school is the continuous problem we've noticed over the past few years is our lowering test scores. I know the more I've talked with my fellow coworkers and other teachers around the area in the school, have noticed that many of our students are not being able to understand the information as much and are having a harder time focusing on the information and really indulging in it. And I think one of the big problems with that is that the information that we are applying is usually a lot in textbooks and other things, and so that is in return making the information to the students become more boring and everything. This would also lead to the problem of our test scores that have been lowering over the year. Again, we have been meeting national average and state average, but a lot of our assessment scores are dropping for our school district and especially for our elementary school, and it has been something that has been a substantial notice, and I feel a proper solution to this is bringing technology, specifically iPads, into the classrooms. I feel that these can fill the needs that our school needs in many ways. One, I feel like the iPads are a fun way to get the students involved and more excited with their schoolwork. That we can do a lot more simulations, and so many students and children these days are so technological and truly enjoy all of our computer time and extra activities that we have. And so I feel having access to iPads would really help lighten their energy and really show them the fun that they can have in their learning. I also feel that this will increase our test scores a lot. On the pamphlet I gave you guys, there is a little link at the bottom that talks about some of the results that have been posted worldwide that Apple has posted for the iPads. And it talks about how the academic performance for many different schools has really increased since they have had their iPad implementation into their schools. For an example that's listed on the page, Montaloo Academy of Technology in North Carolina has had a 44.9 increase in reading test scores from 2012 to 2015, and a 55 increase in math and science test scores. And this I feel, is due to the fact that iPads have many different aspects that they use for simulations, and there's also the classroom app, and that's a way that you can almost have your own personal teaching assistant and have activities brought in and other things. Another school from Australia said 83% of their primary teachers reported improved literacy outcomes, and 67% of special education teachers reported improved literacy outcomes. So again, this is something that wouldn't just be in the gen ed classrooms. We could be using it in the SPED classrooms. I know this would be, I've talked to the few SPED teachers in my grade level that feel that the iPads would come in great hand, especially for some of our higher need students, like some of our high need autistic students and other ones that would really enjoy having the visual and really do well with the simulations on the computer. Monsieur John Catholic Secondary School in Canada reported that their grade 9 applied mathematics tests were at a long time low, but since they had their iPad implementation, that they have increased from 17% of above to 65% above of national average. And there's a lot more on that website. I have it listed on the pamphlet given, and it will just go over that some more. On the pamphlet, I also have listed the different costs. We have a budget that we have allowed for technology, and the current budget we have is applied more to the desktops in the schools and the large amount of desktops in the computer lab that go unused. I feel, and my coworkers feel, that with the use of the iPads in the classroom, and we can use those in the computer labs and so forth. But this would really cut down a lot of the cost. And so if you look towards the bottom of our pamphlet, it talks about the portion of the budget. So 78% of the budget we are asking would go towards the iPad cost. And then we can get Apple Care, which would be 17% of the budget. Then we'd have extra fees for cases and for applying different things to those iPads. And then tech training is at a 0% of the whole entire thing. That would be $239 to have someone trained. And then the cost comparison towards other device. So our current devices are $289,452, while if we look at getting Chromebooks, which has been discussed, that would be a cost of $111,859. But with the iPad cost, we are looking at a very low cost or lower cost of $94,000 and $750. And so this would really lower the cost of the budget and would allow us to use a lot more of it. And so that is a very big decrease that we would have that would really help the budget as well. I really feel also that there's a lot of details that we can do to implement the strategies for this technology. So what would happen is we would really enjoy to see 250 iPads brought into the school versus 200 just for the students. This would allow teachers to have a part in it and have something that they connect to the students' iPads through the Classroom app, and also would allow us to make sure if something ever happened to an iPad that we would have extra on hand. And there's a big impact and advantage that this technology will provide for students and teachers. It's really worth the district's investment because, again, there's a lot of benefits to having the iPads. The projects and activities that the kids will do, they're more willing to do, and they're more meaningful and powerful. The kids are really just excited to be working with technology because for them it is something fun. There's also thousands of educational apps, books, and courses, and so it can really bring a lot of the lessons to life. Again, there's on the Apple website, it also talks more about the different things that are used with the iPads as well. It can make, for teachers, it really can help a lot with, again, with the Classroom app. It can guide students through a lesson. You can see their progress. You can keep them on track. And then the teachers can create their own classes and launch and lock apps on student devices, send and receive documents, and share student work on a bigger screen. You can see what your students are viewing on their screen, share documents with airdrops, and also, again, show it on the big screen. And we can administer student assessments. And so I feel, again, that this is a great way for us to be able to have a district and especially a school that's a lot more connected and would really benefit everyone with the use of iPads in our classrooms.